Welcome back to another X-Theme demo for WordPress, and let's dive right in and keep working on our hero image. Please make sure your customizer window, your cornerstone window, and your homepage window are open for development purposes. In cornerstone, let's open up the hero image by just clicking anywhere on it and click to the visual tab. Then at the bottom, let's make sure that our bottom text is larger with the heading 3. Excellent. Now I want to add a button on top of our hero image because most hero images use a button to take readers to somewhere else on the site. For a button, we could grab the button element by just drag and dropping this element into a blank space, which creates a button. The problem here is the customization options are limited. The color might look strange. And above all, I want you to learn how to use shortcodes straight away. So let's delete this goofy looking button and follow me to the shortcode site for integrity. Now we can hover over shortcodes and click buttons, and we're going to get the whole array of button templates that Xtheme and ThemeCo have created for us, like square button, 3D round button, and so on. Choose whichever shortcode you like, but for now, I just want a simple flat round button. And I'm going to copy just one shortcode right here. Just highlight the text within this underlay section and copy it. Everything from button to button, including the brackets. Back in Cornerstone, just click again on that text, and let's paste that button in right below our bottom text. And wait a second. And now our button appears. And the reason the button is blue like this is because Customizer is telling it to be blue. So before we change that color, let's go to the Visual tab. And I want to highlight our button shortcode, which we have here, and click Center. And of course, add a little more space. If adding space doesn't work for some reason, it might be because the code is getting confused. Let's delete this useless p-style code. Click enter and then add in the shorthand for a space, which is ampersand mbsp semicolon. And you can add a few of those vertically if you'd like, but not horizontally. Horizontally won't work. Now let's save, and let's see what we made. Alright, here we have our very first button. Our first button looks okay, but the blue color is not working. So we can go to Customizer on the left, and back arrow, and now click Buttons, and scroll down to where it says Colors. Let's change that button background from blue to red. Perfect. Let's change that text also to white so people can read it. And I'm going to set the button border to white so it matches our white text. And then down below in the hover settings are the colors that show up when you hover on the button. And I want a black text for the hover with a white background and a white border. Let's save and publish. And we can see what we made. Very cool. We can also change this gear icon if we want and the text. To change the text, just go to where you pasted the button shortcode in Cornerstone and find that text either in Visual or preferably in the Text tab. And go ahead and delete the right text. You might end up deleting a symbol or two at first, so just go ahead and try to remember what everything looks like before you start deleting. And don't worry if the changes don't show up in Cornerstone. Sometimes it takes a refresh or two to get those, but they will be live on your site once you hit save and publish. To change that gear icon, let's go back to our integrity shortcodes and let's find the shortcodes for icons. And hopefully you're beginning to see how shortcodes make life a little bit easier. We can choose any icon we want, like the bell or maybe the bolt. And to get the right icon to appear, you just need to insert the right selector, like bolt or book. Again, that's done wherever the shortcode is pasted in Cornerstone. And that part is really easy. Just make sure you don't use caps. And save, refresh, and we have a customized button. Let's create more sections for our homepage, like a section that this button can take us to right below the hero image. Head back to Cornerstone and click on the bricks to bring up our sections. And now let's rename section 1 to hero. Beautiful. Alright, for section 2, we can click to bring us down to the right section. And I just want another text element, because text elements let us do basically whatever we want. Drag the text block in, and then let's also drag in another element type called a block grid, which will section things off nicely to drop in more content. There it is. Put that in right underneath the text, right within section 2. Now let's open up our text element and write in a nice headline. Something catchy, of course, because on websites today, this second section right below a hero image, if you have one, is traditionally where you want your most important message and the most important clicks from users. We're actually going to be adding a few more buttons here, but for now, let's just focus on making this section number 2 really stand out and follow with the messages of our hero image. All the sections below are just going to be supporting our top 2 sections as we go ahead and create more. And that should all come to make sense as we keep building. Head to visual, highlight the text, and heading 3. Now let's center it. Below this headline is a great place for a little blurb about your philosophy or your mission statement or your journey creating the website or the products you're representing. Thankfully, I already wrote that. Let's make sure the whole thing is centered. That section looks good for now, so let's save. If you ever want to refresh your Cornerstone tab, you can simply close it, then turn your Homepage tab into a Cornerstone tab by clicking Edit with Cornerstone, and then open up that homepage again by clicking on your logo. Things should be refreshed at that point. I'm going to call section 2 meat and potatoes because I believe section 2 is where the meat and potatoes of our site should go. We're now going to create an anchor link between the Learn More button and this heading right here so that when you click Learn More, you'll get taken right down to our meat and potatoes section. This part's fun and surprisingly easy. We first create the anchor on our heading right here by opening up this text tab, and within the H3 code we can write in ID equals basically any text you want, and I'm just going to call it MP headline for meat and potatoes headline. Then you put that little wordage right in between 2 quotation marks and just leave it just like this section I've highlighted with a space before style. Remember that MP headline, and let's go back to our button. Just click the button and find where the code is for the button that we pasted in. And then under href, we're going to create our link. Just write in # MP -headline. And we need that # right here within the link because we used an ID on the headline. Just how it is, and let me know if you have any questions on that. Now let's save. Pretty bodacious. And when we refresh our site, we should hopefully have our button, which takes us right down to the second section, the meat and potatoes. Awesome. With this basic knowledge under our belt, we're going to have a lot of fun together in part 3, and I'll see you there. Thanks for watching.